Hello friends, and welcome to Steph's Point, the channel dedicated to making dance and acrobatics accessible for everyone. Today we are talking all about the feet, and I have Snow White here to give us some princess magic and help us out with our exercises. We're gonna get right into this video right now. We're starting off today's exercises down on the floor. I'm on a yoga mat because I have these beautiful wooden floors. You guys, I have wooden floors instead of tile. Just so excited about that. Anyways, so I'm on a yoga mat so that I can go into downward dog in a second and not slip and slide on my wooden floors in my socks. Because trust me, y'all don't want to be seeing my feet, especially because I have to zoom in. Nobody wants to zoom in on my big toe. So we're gonna grab onto the top of our foot, just cross it over your knee, and you're just gonna roll the ankle out. We're just gonna start by loosening up and lubricating the joint in our ankle before we do anything. This is just a quick warm up. I'm gonna take you through 3 exercises today, and then we're gonna end with a foot stretch. That's standing. Go ahead and switch legs and roll the opposite ankle. It's always important to do a quick little warm up, and then obviously you want to stretch at the end. You're here because you want some beautiful feet, and feet, just like every other muscle in your body, they can be stretched and become more flexible if you do it properly and safely, like everything else I say on this channel. Okay, now you're gonna sit on your bottom. Point your legs out straight. We're gonna go through demi point. So first you're just gonna start, make sure you're sitting up tall, having your good dancer posture, always engaging the core and having that good dancer posture. Pointing through the feet, you're just gonna flex the toes, peeling the toes back, flex the whole foot, point the whole foot, and then point the toes. We're gonna do this 8 times, going 1, and flex, and point, and close, and 2, and flex. Seeing if we can push all the way to the end point. 3, and flex, and point, and close. Check in with your posture. Make sure you're sitting up tall, and point, and close. 4 more, flex, all the way, push, point, and flex the toes. Heels, point the heels, point the toes. 2 more. Flex, point, and toes, demi, and flex, and demi, and point. All right, so after we've done 4 of those, we're just gonna roll it on over into a downward facing dog. So in your downward dog, you wanna always make sure that your belly button is actively reaching towards your thighs. Your hands are planted into the floor, and you're releasing your heels down. So those heels should be pulling towards the earth. If you can't get your heels all the way to the floor, that is a-okay, but you wanna make sure you're relaxed and you're not lifting up on demi point and holding any tension in the calves. You wanna really release those calves and pull the belly button towards your thighs. We're gonna pedal through the feet, pressing into the right, and then switching, pressing into the left, really actively pushing that heel towards the floor, and right, and left, just giving the calves some nice stretch and love before we go into our exercises. Right. I don't know if you can hear the police officer hunting someone down outside, but if you can, I apologize. Switch, and 1 more, switch, and switch. Very good. So we're gonna start in first position. You can just have your hands resting on your waist or holding onto a bar. You're gonna plie all the way down. You're gonna press your heels up as high as you possibly can. Now, keep those heels where they are. Do not let them move, and straighten the legs and come down. What I usually see happen is dancers go plie, they press into this beautiful 4 starch, and then they rise up and let the heels just pull towards each other, no longer being in that high arch position. So the entire time you're doing this, we're actively keeping those heels as high as we can. So you're pressing down, pressing the heels up, keeping the heels where they are, and then lowering back down. We're gonna repeat this 8 times. Ready? 4. press, lift, and lower. I said 8 and then I said 4. 7, press and lower. 6, heels lift, rise up and lower. 5, heels lift, rise up and lower. 4, heels lift, keep them where they are, keep them where they are, and lower. 3, heels lift, rising up, and lower. Keep holding onto your core. Don't let your rib cage pop. Keep your belly button pulling, lifting towards your ribs, and lower. Square hip bones, up, lift, and lower. One more time, plie. Heels lift, rise up, and lower. Now we're going into exercise number 2. We're just gonna do some simple releves in parallel. So stand with your feet hip distance apart, but before we go into the releves, I want you to make sure that your weight, all of your weight, is shifted forward over the ball of your foot and that your core is actively engaged. So you're taking that belly button and bringing it closer to the rib cage. We're not sucking in our stomach, we're activating our abdominal muscles and keeping our spine flat by lifting the front of our hip bones. So keeping the weight all the way forward over the ball of the foot, we're gonna rise all the way up to our highest releve and then lower back down, but don't let the heels fully touch the ground. Keep them at a hover, rising up and lowering just to a hover. Don't let them touch, and snap up, lower down. 2, 3, 4, snap up, lower down. 2, 3, 4, and up, lower, 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 and up, lower, lower, lower. Snapping up quickly and then controlling the down. Quick, control the down. 3 more, control. 2, lower, don't let the heels touch, keep the weight forward. 1, and lowering down. You should feel a nice burn in your calves. That should feel a lot different than just mindlessly doing releves. Another way that you can do this same exercise is if you take a ball and you put it in between your ankles, you can actually do the releves with the ball, going up and down, making sure that you're pulling your ankles towards each other to stay over the big toe instead of being out towards the pinky toe. For the 5th exercise, you're gonna rise up to releve. We're actually going to allow ourselves to roll out to the pinky toe slightly, and then we're gonna pull our ankles back together. We're gonna repeat that, rolling out slightly, and then pulling and pulling them even closer together. We're gonna do this 4 more times, going out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Come on down. Take one foot back, give it a little stretch, a little calf stretch. Swivel around, calf stretch the other side. And we're gonna repeat that 4 more times, rising up to releve, letting our ankles go out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Now we're gonna move to our final thing. We are going to do a foot stretch. So you're gonna turn to the side, feet in first position. You're gonna tendu one foot out to the front, press over your demi-point. Now, it's very important that you actively press your knee open here. You're gonna press forward, allowing the ankle to push past the big toe, really focusing on that bevel, stretching in the front of the foot here. We're pressing over, holding that stretch, opening this knee actively, really feeling the stretch in the front arch of our foot. And then we're gonna tendu, bring that foot back in and do the other side. So tendu out, demi-point, really rotate even more than your normal rotation so that you're protecting the knee. Press forward, over the ball of the foot, over the big toe, feeling the stretch deep in the arch, and hold it here. And then bring it to a tendu and pull it back in, facing the front, feet in parallel. Cross your right leg behind, right or left. And you're gonna press the top of your foot. Now it's very important, I cannot stand when I see people stretch like this. What this does is stretch your toes. It stretches your toe joints and makes them longer. Not necessarily a good thing. You wanna actually stretch the top of the foot. So when you cross your foot behind, you can get onto the top bones of your foot and feel a nice stretch on the top part of the foot instead of feeling it all in your toe joints. In this position, it's very important that you don't let yourself sickle and roll your ankle back. You wanna be actively rotating that heel towards the camera, towards the front of the room. Y'all don't have a camera in front of you. Towards whatever device you're watching this video on. And then come back to parallel, switch to the other side, and make sure, again, you're pressing on the top of the foot here and really giving a gentle press. You don't wanna force anything. Make sure you're rolling the ankle towards the front. A good way to do that, sometimes you let yourself roll back and then you roll to the front even more and keep pressing the top of the foot to get a nice deep stretch and release it. And that, oh, I have to get really low, is all, folks. All right, friends, I hope you found this video super helpful. I hope that you continue to work hard to strengthen your feet. And as you do it, remember that you have the power to fill the world with sunshine. This was a quote from Snow White herself. She was with us all day today, going through our foot exercises. So I wanted to end the video by giving you some magical words of wisdom from the princess herself. And I hope that if you like the video, you give it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my next video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.